the elected Democrats' position on abortion compared to the position of Democratic voters, this is a huge turnoff for voters across the country. And they're overplaying their hand in a way that I, for one, am really excited to see come back to bite them in November of 2022, in just a couple of months now. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, because what they're doing is they're overshooting. They're over-promising in a way that's going to cause even Democrat voters or otherwise Democrat voters to vote Republican. And one of the ways that they're doing this right now, they've been doing this since Roe v. Wade was overturned about a week and a half ago, is on abortion. They know that when the American people, first of all, the American people, you and I probably, don't even like to talk about abortion. Even if we are pro-life, we don't like to talk about abortion, because those of us who are pro-life, who understand that life begins at conception, understand also what the abortion procedure is, that it ends the life of that baby in the womb, and that it's gruesome, and that it's brutal, and that it's bloody. And we just don't want to talk about it because it's traumatic. We are already against it, and it's really upsetting to have to discuss it. And so a lot of even pro-lifers and conservatives just don't want to talk about it. And I get it. I completely get it, because I feel the exact same way. I don't want to address the reality of abortion unless I have to. And the other side, the left, doesn't want to talk about it, because the very radical leftists who also understand what abortion is and what abortion does to a baby, they don't want to talk about that, because they know that it's a turnoff to people who would otherwise support just this vague idea of being pro-choice, meaning, oh, it's a woman's body. She can choose to do what she wants. Who are we, the government, to tell her what to do? No. Those people identify as pro-choice because they don't want to associate themselves with what abortion is, or maybe they're ignorant of what abortion is. The radical leftist Democrats don't want those people, those vaguely pro-choice people, to be educated. So they don't want to talk about it. They don't want people to understand the reality of what abortion is, because it turns people towards defending the sanctity of life, towards the pro-life movement, if you will, or at least the pro-life side of the debate here. And so what the left is doing is they ignore the reality of abortion, and at the same time, they just come in guns blazing with emotionally manipulative talking points. The talking points that we've seen in the last 10 days have to do with ectopic pregnancy, with coat hanger abortions, and with children, little girls who have been raped and impregnated by their rapists. And what the left does is they say, women who have experienced miscarriage, I'm talking to you, they say. You remember how heartrending it was when you miscarried. You remember how physically difficult that was when you miscarried. It's a traumatic thing, not just emotionally because you've lost a baby, but physically. I miscarried a baby before my daughter was born, and it's one of the most horrendous, heartbreaking things that I've ever experienced. I would never wish that even on my worst enemy. And so the left looks at all of us women who have been through this experience, and they say, if abortion is prohibited, if it's illegal, all these states that had the trigger laws that said that in the event that Roe v. Wade was overturned, abortion will become illegal automatically in our state. The left is saying, if you miscarry in that state, if you have an ectopic pregnancy, which is a life-threatening type of miscarriage, then you won't be able to get medical care, because it will be prohibited under these trigger laws that ban abortion. And this is a really scary thing. In fact, I have acquaintances who are not political. These are people I've known all my life who were actually posting on social media, buying into this narrative. They would have otherwise been pro-life, but they're not particularly active in politics. And I saw posts from them saying, we cannot allow this, because I've had a miscarriage and I needed medical care. And, this is too far. And of course, it's a lie. Ectopic pregnancy, the treatment for ectopic pregnancy is not prohibited in any way, shape, or form under these laws. But this narrative strikes fear in the heart of women all over the country and those who love us,